Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Now we just wrapped up all of the Sundance craziness with many amazing filmmakers, actors, producers, and I'm thrilled to be sitting down with a local Utah native that is making a big splash on the small screen. Jacob Buster, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, it's great to be here.
All right, so you are from South Jordan, right? 13 years old.
Yep.
But you have a TV resume of people that are going to recognize you from all over. Tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you've been on.
So I've been on some smaller films here in Utah, and then I've also been on the Christmas Project, and right now I've been doing some of this TV show called Colony on USA.
And Colony is in its second season, right?
Second season.
So tell us a little bit about Colony. Because it's a cool sort of sci-fi. I think people will be into this.
Yeah, so Colony is about a nation divided, and just like how the nation is divided, my family is divided. So the whole story is about, can our family come together and work together, basically trust each other? And then Charlie has been lost for this year on the first season.
Right, you have to do some things that you may not expect. What was it like? You said you got this part first audition. What was it like showing up to set?
Well, when I first showed up to set, everybody was like, oh, so you're the kid we've been talking about. Because for this entire first season, they've been like, Charlie, 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 and they haven't known who Charlie was going to be.
Yeah.
Yes, then all of a sudden they're like, you're who we've been talking about.
I love that. So it was a nice warm welcome. That's always a good thing when you show up to a new project. So I'm always interested, especially with young people. You already have a TV and film resume that most adults would strive for. How did you get involved in it? How did you know at such a young age, like, this is what I want to do?
Well, I was always good at lying.
Your mom will be thrilled.
Yeah.
Yes, you're always good at lying.
When I was 7, my parents were casting something, and this director couldn't find somebody to do the part. And so he was just like, hey, bring in your son to my mom. And she was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Then, I see him all the time anyway.
Yeah, and so then the director brought me in, and he was like, he got the part. And my mom was like, what?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, it's my son, yes. So there was just sort of a natural, it runs in the family, and you felt comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things you can always tell people that really love what they do, because it just doesn't seem like work, and they're just having fun doing it, which I think is so amazing. So of course, I'm sure at 13, you guys get to move from Utah, you go to LA, to California, you film for 6 months, and you take your mom with you, of course. You let her tag along. Yeah. Any sort of fun behind-the-scenes stories and stuff that you get into while you're out there?
Well, there is this one scene where me and my dad, my dad and I, we're supposed to be climbing this wall, this huge wall, but it's actually only like 40 feet tall.
Okay.
They just CGI'd it.
I love that. They CGI'd it.
Yeah.
Industry, yes.
And so, because we're working on the Universal lot, it's so different from other lots.
Is that strange to have to turn it on and off and just sort of get into this crazy space in the middle of everything else going on around you?
Well, yeah, because I've learned so much from Josh and Sarah, because I've learned how hard it is to get into that mental state. Like, it's like, hi, and then it's like, oh,
now
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so their thought process is just amazing, and I don't know how they do it. They're like, hi, and then all of a sudden Josh is like,
now I'm super serious.
yeah, and he's like back into it. I'm like, how did you do that?
Well, practice.
Yeah.
You've started young, so you'll be on your way. So finally, Jacob, I always like to ask young actors or young professionals in any field, if you have any advice for someone that's watching, that's maybe your age, maybe younger, and that might be interested in getting into the industry or following a passion that maybe they think is out of reach, what would you say to them?
Well, do great work wherever you are, because like even if you're in like a small little school play, it's like, oh, that thing doesn't matter. Still do your best, because great work gets noticed.
I love that. Well, we have a clip of your great work, and I want to show it right now. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize you with the extensions and the hair.
Yeah, that wig. Ooh.
You're like what I do for my craft, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here, John. I think it's such a fantastic message. Do great work in anything you do, because great work gets noticed. And I can't wait to start watching you on TV.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the Mountain Morning Show. We're going to be back with the ski joring event as well as a live call-in over at Park City Mountain to give you a first-hand account of all of the conditions. And of course, you can check out Jacob on USA. We'll be back right after this.